start with a steep incline dumbbell, a little more trap in this. The steeper you are, the more you're gonna get trap, obviously. So if traps are a weakness or traps are something you want to address, I think it's something good to do first. You could also do these on a machine. If you have a low to high machine, Hammer Strength makes one. Jim Lecco makes a really good one. Prime makes a good one. I don't have it, so we're gonna do dumbbells here. So I did 30s on the first warm up here, and now I'm doing 45s. Try to contract those traps, squeeze the shoulder blades together, drive the elbows up to the ceiling. Okay, so now I'm going to work on some upper back focused rows. Think about pushing your chest into the pad before we do anything. So if I do that automatically without even thinking about it, my shoulders kind of come back, I kind of come back into this position where I want to be. I have a client who tends to default, like most people do, default to this. So I said, hey, why don't you just try this instead? And that kind of helps. So I use that a lot. Even with myself, I'll do that. So again, I posture up, push my chest into the pad, and then drive the elbows back, squeeze shoulder blades together. I want them stretching and rounding forward, and then coming back and squeezing together. I'm going to do a more lat-focused row now. So I'm gonna do single arm. So on this one, I just pull this chest pad back a little bit, raise the seat up a little. Elbow higher is upper back, elbow lower is more lat. And so I just swing myself out here. So really only my right pec is on. I grab here for stability, really driving this leg down. So control, get that good stretch. Don't overstretch, feel that lat stretch. People ask me, do I keep a logbook? So I definitely have in my notes section of my phone, I write things down so I know where certain kind of PRs are, what my best is. It's highly unlikely that I'm going to forget this. So you only really need to remember what you did a week ago. And if you can't remember that, then maybe you got bigger problems and worry about training. You should maybe go see a doctor. It's not like, did I do 2 plates or 7? Like I know pretty much where I'm at. I think for a beginner, yeah, write everything down. Like for a year, write stuff down, get to know what's going on. But then once you graduated past that, you know, you'll pretty much remember stuff. You don't need to be OCD about it. And when you're OCD about it, that's when you get into you start getting injured, right? Because it's like no matter what, no matter how you feel, you add 5 pounds from last week, and then you wake up the next morning and you're like, nah, my shoulder's fucked. What you know about those custom plates? Again, no idea how many I did. I think I got the same amount of reps. So one night I was in LA on vacation, and Naughty by Nature was old school at the time. This is probably like early 2000s. So something from 93, 94 was still old school, you know? So there's an old school hip hop night, and we all go all excited. There's like 3 girls in the whole place, 200 dudes who are like in their mid to late 30s. But we're losing our minds. Like we didn't even care there was no girls there, you know? Like that song comes on, everybody's just jumping, like nodding their head, like ready to throw blows and stuff. But it's like for me, when I was younger and I'm going out, like I really didn't care if you're playing this, I don't care if there's girls or not. Like I'm just losing my mind with that. So generally I like to keep overhead stuff later in the workout, always at least second or third. For any old school meathead collectors like myself, this is the Nautilus Nitro pull down, which in my opinion is the greatest overhead pulling machine there is. Drive my elbows down towards my hips, engaging those lats the whole time. And as I'm going up, I'm not thinking about going straight up as much as I'm pushing my hands out that way. Pushing my hands out and then driving down to engage the lat. I'm gonna finish it, like I could totally just end this day at 8 work sets of the back stuff that I did, but I'll do a few sets of curls and I'll alternate them with a few sets of calves. Calves are obviously a weakness of mine. My calves used to be like, I was walking around on peg legs. Calves are very hard to put size on. The key actually is what I'm doing right now. So it's a 5-second pause in the bottom. So just while I'm waiting to do one more set here, I will just do a lighter ramp up set here. So keep a slight bend in your knees the whole time. Otherwise you can get a little pulling all the way up and it kind of gives you that sciatic feeling. So you do 5 seconds in the bottom. So true 5 seconds. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back up. 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The calves really are a muscle that need that loaded stretching to grow. Depending on my mood, I may or may not finish a pull day with some bicep stuff. I generally hate training arms, it's not that exciting, but fuck it, we'll do it today. I'm supinating a little. I'm just holding that there so it doesn't become a shitty isometric oblique exercise. Constant tension. So at the end of a pull day, I always like to hang. I think just hanging in general is a great thing to do for your shoulder health. So I'll do 2 things. First, I'll hang without straps, and then I'll put the straps on once my grip starts to give out. What I'm trying to do is expand my rib cage out, and then exhale all the way. So my rib cage I try to make it as small as humanly possible. And what that'll do is that'll tilt my pelvis up a little without me even consciously trying, and then that even that enhances the stretch on the lat a little more. Accentuates the stretch on the lat a little bit more. Accentuates, why was that so hard to say? All right guys, so that wraps up the pull day. So we did the steep incline row, a little bit of a trap focus. We did the upper back focus row, we did a 1-arm lat row, and the pull down. That's generally how I'd structure it. You could do 3 exercises. I chose to do 4, but you certainly do 3. And then we just finish up with some bis and some calves. You could throw abs in there if you want. You could just leave it at upper back lat stuff. Totally cool. And again, just a quick reminder, always listen to your body. Let how you're feeling that day kind of dictate the warm up, the reps, the number of ramp up sets you do. Don't obsessively try to beat the logbook. Have an idea. See how you feel based on the day. And on pulling exercises, I always advocate slightly higher reps, a little bit less weight. Develop that mind-muscle connection. Make sure you're not just training biceps. And I think you'll have a much better pull, much better back workout. So please keep following along, guys. Comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see more of, and we will keep delivering. Thanks.